You also illustrate through the use of a CEO and his relationship, her relationship with the company, the business.
Yeah.
Give us that story a bit and help us understand when you'd use it.
Yeah, the CEO story is basically how the brain operates and how the brain is very worried about us as an organism. So one of the stories we talk about, the idea is that our body is a corporation, right? There's Body Incorporated, Body Inc. And in every big company, there are departments. And last time I checked, in a big company, the CEO wants reports from every department once a month, right? So the rotator cuff department has to send up a message once a month. The SI joint department has to send up information. The ACL department. So our body constantly sends information. And when life is good, the CEO looks at the report and say, "Yep, rotator cuff department is doing great. We're good." But if a department's not doing well, right? They're not performing well, then the CEO typically would say, you know what, instead of monthly reports, give me weekly reports, because what's going on down there in the L5 department? And then basically what happens, your brain produces a process of paying more attention. So it heightens the sensitivity of the nervous system. So now you become more aware of your back because the brain is more interested. By the way, most CEOs are neurotic. And so they're going to say, wait a minute, if the low back's not doing so good, I'm not sure about that rotator cuff anymore. So why don't they send me more information? So our brain has the ability to pay more attention or less attention based on what happens in our life. So if the low back keeps going to the PT and the chiro and the MRI and the CAT scan, the brain's going to say, what the heck's going on? And so why are you coming to therapy? And I'm teaching these silly little stories because I want to make your CEO, your brain, so smart. He says, I got it. The guy with the funny accent explained it. We're going to be okay. You're just sensitive. Your back is recovering. You're doing okay. And he turns the system down and say, we can go back to monthly reports, not weekly. I know it's silly, but these things resonate with people. That story is really good for people to understand how pain is spreading. I felt my back, but now I'm beginning to feel my back and my shoulder. And, now I feel the other shoulder. So it's the brain, the CEO, that's snooping around saying, well, wait a minute, what's going on in my body, is, if you will. So I know they're silly. People read him like, oh, geez, this guy must have been on something when he wrote him. But we tested it, we validated. For some people, they go, oh my gosh, that makes sense. Thank you. And so
Hear the entire episode for free on iTunes, Spotify, other favorite podcast players, or go to mechanicalcareforum.com.